Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Internet Tech Talk. Today, we're going to hold a special event review roundup of Apple WWDC. There were plenty of new software updates and hardware refreshes, which we'll discuss today. And you can find your topic of interest in our chapters in the description below.
So sit back, grab your popcorn, and enjoy the special event podcast of ours. This podcast is a little bit delayed for us because Alex and I ran into a copyright claim on a previous video. So this is a learning process, so we just decided to re-record it. And now we will present to you our reaction to what happened on Monday during WWDC.
Okay, so after the Apple WWDC, what impresses you the most?
There are many things that impressed us, and so to keep it simple, we will divide our podcast in two parts. We'll discuss software first and then the hardware. So for software, one of the most impressive things was iOS 16, in my opinion. And for me, what I found in this really impressive was the lock screen.
Okay, so why do you like it?
I think this is it's been a long time coming that Apple would do something big for a visual refresh at some part of the software. I like the way the text is behind certain objects like on Apple Watch, and there's got some lock screens they showed that were live, I remember. And that's something I find really interesting. How about you? What do you think of the lock screen?
I really like it. And you know what? When I was watching the event, I just got some idea right in my mind. It looks like my Apple Watch screen right now. The way the Apple Watch presents the letters, the time, and how they switch the different kind of fronts.
Yeah, as you can see right now, in this display, the character font can be changed in the background. Pretty in a very personal way to any option you want. Is there anything else you really liked about it?
And other than that, they also put some new widgets, which you on the lock screen. Yes.
Yeah.
In that case, you can access more information without unlock your iPhone.
Yes, this is something that's quite interesting. We've gotten many widgets now that were basically on your home screen, right? In your normal iOS 15. But in iOS 16, what they've done is you can now add them to your lock screen. So you don't need to unlock your phone to use certain parts of it.
Just for example, you want to watch the time, obviously. I mean, the weather and the battery of your AirPods or other kind of Bluetooth devices. You don't have to unlock your iPhone right now. You can just check it and then put your iPhone back to your pocket.
Similarly, you can also show sports scores, right? Right on the display as a widget.
Yeah.
So you don't need to unlock the phone for that, right? You just want it there sometimes. I think that's really cool. I like it. The other thing,
then they also they also can update their notification.
Yes. So what do you think of this?
I mean, I think it's an innovative way to just put it on the bottom instead of from the top, because it gives you easy access from one hand.
I agree. The next thing they showed was focus. And focus is just something that you can streamline to show certain apps whenever you are at a certain setting, like personal, work, or sleep. And this can affect your entire lock screen, even your MacBook. They show that later on. What do you think of this? Would you use this?
I would like to use it because it's very useful, bro. Sometimes you have different kind of work mode in general, like work, fitness, even go to sleep, right?
Yeah.
So right now, I mean, it already exists on the iOS 15, But right now, I think they bring up like different backgrounds for different focus mode to give you like a better access of it.
That's true. So it looks like you know which mode your phone is in because the background also changes.
It's easier to get like information of it.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. The next thing we were shown were shared libraries. Nothing too new. I think they do this each year.
Yeah, I want to say something of this part. I think it's another good strategy for Apple to advertise their iCloud storage online.
Oh yeah?
You know what I mean here? Because like before, you just buy one iCloud is good enough for you, probably like 50 gig. But right now, for your whole family, for people, photos adding together, sometimes the space won't be enough. So you have to buy more space from Apple.
That's true. But this is a good way to save money, right?
Yes.
Now you can share it. And with 5 other people. Should be fun. The next thing they showed was messages. This was interesting. This was a huge change.
Yeah, I also like this part.
So what do you like about it?
The edit message.
Edit message?
Yeah. Like sometimes when sometimes you make a typo or just say something wrong to the different like position. And then in that case, you can just correct it right away to reduce some unnecessary conflict with people.
Yes, you're right. I agree. It's quite interesting. You can also unsend the message too.
Yes.
And that's quite nice.
Yeah, but I don't know one thing. Like they showed everything here for a message. Is that gonna work on the normal message as well?
No. Of course not. This is definitely only for iMessage users, like Messenger and WhatsApp, right? So it's only going to be within whoever has access to iMessage.
I see.
The next thing we got was CarPlay via messages. I think this is interesting because
you like this part?
Yeah, I do, because sometimes you want to watch something with someone.
Oh.
And you can do that via messages.
Just for example, you want to watch a movie with me and then you just send me that movie and we can watch together?
Basically, yeah, exactly. They even share notes and presentation reminders, even Safari tabs. They show that, which I found very interesting.
Yes.
And,
in that case, I think it's a good way to improve the productivity among people.
So where do you think this is most useful? Which area?
I guess work,
school, right?
Work area. Yeah, school projects as well. But I think people will use it more during the work.
That's true.
Right, yeah.
Should be interesting. We've got an upgrade to our mail. This goes on.
Big fan of it?
It's fine. They showed more features regarding this with the focus feature as well. So you have the other undo send, schedule send, and so on. Like we've already.
Undo send is awesome.
Yeah, it's nice. It's already there on Gmail, so it's there. They didn't really talk about it too much during the keynote, and then they pushed on to Safari and passkeys. I think that's interesting. Yeah. What do you think of passkeys?
This is another big update. Yeah, I just want to talk about it. From their keynote showed, if you have X and have all your access of your information, different accounts, you can just use the passkeys to disable them. That's true. How do you like this?
It's nice. This is one more step Apple's taking towards a passwordless future, as they say. So, it's a good thing. This is basically like you were mentioning, I think earlier, it's like two-factor authentication for Apple.
Yeah.
So it's Apple's own two-factor authentication. So it should be interesting. You also got updates to share tab groups and so on. We already discussed this earlier with messages. And this was something interesting.
This is a big update.
There's two things they had which are very interesting. What do you think of them?
If I'm a CS student, I'm probably gonna use this feature every day. Just copy the notes from the YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
Because last year they only showed the feature from the picture, like live text for picture. But this year they put it for video.
Yeah, this one is pretty cool. It's funny that the text is being blocked by the notch, so I don't know how you can select that. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, it's literally blocked. But yeah, this could be interesting, especially for virtual classes where they have notes on it, maybe, I don't know, somewhere, like they're watching on YouTube a lecture and they just want to copy it rather than, take a screenshot. It's easy, just copy it to your OneNote or Apple Pages, so on. Make life easy. They also had this very interesting feature I think you were talking about earlier.
To hide your background, right?
And then send it in messages, remember?
Yeah.
So
this is magic, right? You don't need to do the Photoshop anymore.
It's like AI. It's every year they're doing edge detection really well because of the portrait mode, right? So they're not using that onto pictures. Which makes sense. Why wouldn't you? So live text was also now for the camera, like Google Lens, similar. Siri has got more shortcuts, I think. I'm not exactly sure how this works.
I've never used Siri.
Why?
It's still stupid. It's artificially stupid.
Artificial stupidness. Imagine. Yeah, no, it's fine. They improve it each year. At least they do that. At least improve it, They have not given up. And speaking of AI, they improved their dictation much better. You use this quite a bit, don't you?
No.
Really? I thought you should use this back in university. I used to
use that because I just don't want to type on it.
Exactly. So
but
now you don't need to.
No. Typing is faster, bro.
Typing is faster. I guess if you really want to talk to someone, I just realized, just call them.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
It's fine. I guess if you're doing like your own mini diary, so instead of typing it all out, you're just saying it. That's the only time I would think you can use like live text,
Punctuation,
And it has automatic punctuation, but that's the only time I think I would use it.
Or sometimes when I just want to type some word, but I just forgot how to spell them, I'm probably gonna use this.
That could help.
Yeah. This helps a lot.
I personally rarely use this though as a feature.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I used it. Probably during like Wildfire S days. Seriously, when it first came out, I was just testing it, but
for fun, right?
For fun, really, just for fun.
Yeah.
Just like Siri used it, I don't really use virtual assistants generally. I just find it weird.
No, not these days.
Yeah, I just find it weird. Not in a bad way. I just don't need to. So.
So, speaking of maps.
Yes.
How do you like this one?
There were many updates. So let's start with what they first show on this website was obviously multi-stop routing, which is nice. You can add this to your multi-stops thing. This is on Google Maps. They've added it to Apple Maps now. Transit cards and so on. This is good for those who are taking public transit, for sure. And we don't really see a good feature over here that well, but they showed something which I really liked at the conference was like the 3D night mode.
Yes. Right now they have like 3D rendering of the nighttime.
Yeah.
And they put more 3D models of the city into their maps as well.
Exactly. And I think they mentioned... Yeah, go on.
Yeah. They just make their maps lively.
It looks way better than Google Maps, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then they also improved the street view. Right now, remember on the Google map, you can only access single view of the street. But right now on Apple Map, you can move it around.
Yeah, it's a little bit 3D, isn't it? They made this change, I think, 3-4 years ago when they tried to recapture all the streets in United States. And they use that technology now for this, which is quite interesting. I think that's quite cool. Apple Pay and Wallet.
And then, this is another big update.
Yes, this was quite interesting, and I'll speak about this now because this is one of my favorite features so far.
Yes.
Apple Pay Later. Personally, I obviously recommend pay in full whenever you're buying, generally speaking, as a life lesson. But if you need to pay later, the best part is you can do this, choose how many weeks you want to set up the payment per at a installment. However, there's no interest or fees.
Yes.
This is the best part. There's no interest. And this makes it very fair for everybody. What do you think?
You know, I really like the part which it can show where the package. You can track the package on the Apple Pay after you did the purchase.
Yes. And it shows on your lock screen too now.
Yes. That's something I'd love to say all the day.
This is nice. Yeah, it looks like a complete package now, like as a experience of shopping. Like if you do it on the phone virtually, there's a bit of disconnect sometimes. You have to go online to check it, right? Where's the package? And it tells you.
Apple designed their website or their app quite clean and looks good, right?
Yes.
So in this case, you don't have to go to different kind of shipment companies' website like FedEx, UPS. I don't like their website design. It just looks so redundant.
I agree. It's very old style, like really weird. Apple looks clean, looks pleasing. It's nice.
Like once you wake up or just raise up your phone, you look at your notification, shows, your mail is like halfway down.
Yes.
Perfect.
And now you get a live tracking.
Yep.
You can now share your keys securely on your iMessage, obviously. And you can also verify identity in apps for wallet purposes. You know, you have your license and everything, right, inside your Apple Wallet now. So this can be used for presenting it to other people. So, when they say present your ID, instead of showing a physical one, you can kind of, in the apps, you can use this only in the app because it's virtual anyways. Which is nice. Apple Home, what do you think? Because I know you used to own a HomePod. So what is your opinion on this?
Bro, but at that time, I hate Apple Home.
Oh, yeah?
Because the connectivity was poor and the device actually supported Apple Home was poor. It was not that many devices. So it was such a horrible experience for the Apple Home.
I get it.
Yeah, and then later on, I just switched everything to Google.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Google has like a way better experience of the home control.
Yes.
But this time they just did the update, and it looks like more than a Google Home. They made it
right?
even better than Google Home right now because the transparent background.
Yes.
It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks nice. Google Home is okay. It's just normal. But this one looks like it's part of the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah.
And I prefer transparency over the flat image, in my opinion. So, yeah, it should be interesting. Will you buy HomePod now after seeing this update, or do you want more changes?
I still want more changes. You?
Fair enough, yeah. I think I haven't really gotten into smart home devices properly, other than like smart lights and so on, until they make like a good system that I think is useful. I would just stick to what I have right now, which is nothing. I can control it on Google on my phone, which does the job.
Yeah.
And you can just use a voice, to, hey, switch on the lights, hey Google. So it's nice. But I like what Apple's doing. It's good. And I might, who knows, one day if they bring this to home to Android, I could use it.
Yep.
Health and fitness.
I was thinking they would never do it.
Oh, yeah, you never know. They brought FaceTime on Windows now, so.
Bro, yeah. True. Did they bring the FaceTime on Windows or on Android?
They put it on the
phones?
website, like not the app. Like it's like you can open it. It's a limited feature, but it shows up.
I see. So there's not a proper app on Windows.
It's a
for
web app,
the
I
FaceTime.
guess. You can make a web app.
I think we
out
should
of it.
try it later.
Yeah, we can try it, definitely.
Yeah.
See how it works.
Yep. So, next one is
Fitness stuff. Not really that interesting yet. We'll discuss that in Apple Watch OS in more detail. Family share, what's it called? Sharing.
family share, family control.
Family control, that's the word.
Yeah.
And now this is very interesting.
Yeah. This is the most interesting part, just for iOS 16.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
CarPlay. What do you think when they showed this? What you're seeing right now?
I was so excited to use that on my car because it looks so nice, bro. Just for like current car manufacturers, right? Their design is okay. I mean, better car has better design for their user interface, user AI,
Yes.
UI, right?
Yep.
But if you have like a cheaper car like Toyota, Ford, their design is ancient.
Very old. Yeah, it's so slow also, comparatively, like laggy sometimes.
Yeah, true.
Not 60 FPS,
that's the thing.
like 20 or something.
So Apple just imagine like you're looking at those old dashboard every day, and then one day you say, okay, Apple designed a futuristic dashboard, bring right in front of you. You'd love to use it every day.
I agree. This looks awesome in my
right?
opinion.
Yeah, and from the keynote, you have so many access of even like control of your car,
Yeah.
like the car information, the fuel mileage,
Yes.
the temperature, and you can even use the CarPlay to dial your climate control.
Yeah, you can. It's quite sophisticated in my opinion.
But my question is here. So, if we want to go get access of the car information or control deeply, you have to go access with the ECU.
Yes.
How can Apple do that?
So what they said is they're going to work with car companies to implement this in the car. So it's not every single car can just plug in and do it. It will be optimized per car for what dashboard they have, because each car has a different dashboard too. That's important to know. And
So, yeah.
each company also has their own system, like security or whatnot. And the control system is very different for almost each car. So they're going to work individually. And they said that they would. So what do you think? How would they work about it? That's what they said though.
So in that case, bro, I think even we get the update from our phone to iOS 16 and we connect it to our car, we won't see the next gen of the CarPlay. It has to be updated with our car manufacturer.
Definitely.
Probably like when we're gonna update our car in the future, a couple of years later, we will get this feature. Is that what you mean here?
That's what Apple was suggesting. And I found an article about this recently.
Okay.
That Verge just put it up very recently, today actually, that many car companies actually haven't figured out if they let CarPlay take over the entire dashboard, because that's what they're showing.
Yeah.
The whole dashboard is just Apple. And if you scroll down the words, they reached out to 12 automakers, okay, like major ones. So Beamers, these guys said that they want to work on this, integrate it. Volvo is like, they don't really have a plan to share, but support it. Toyota said they don't want to comment on it right now.
Okay.
Ford says that we don't even have any information about this additionally at the moment. Polestar is really, so far Polestar is the only company that's really, fully into it. Like, and they already told you where it's coming.
But Polestar is an electric company,
and
electric car company.
Exactly, and this thing is already coming to Polestar 2. They already told you which car is coming. So you see over here, so it mentions CarPlay will come to Polestar 2 as a part of an OTA, over-the-air update later this month.
Oh.
So...
bro, for electric cars, it makes sense.
That's the old CarPlay though, right? The new one will come in the future. Yeah, go on.
I mean, bro, for those like electric cars, you can. I mean, everything basically is controlled by their operating system, just like Tesla.
Yeah.
You buy a car, but you don't have full access because Tesla locked those features.
Yes.
Like you buy a Model 3, right? You don't have like even heated seat if you don't select that option. But the hardware is right on it. You have to pay for, pay to Tesla to unlock that feature.
You're correct. That's exactly how it works.
So for those electric cars, this is such a smart idea. They can just put this feature right away. But for some traditional car companies like Porsche, Ford, even GM, Mercedes here, they couldn't give that much access of it.
I agree. I understand what you're saying.
Because controlling the internal combustion engine and controlling the motors are totally different algorithms.
Yeah, but thankfully they don't really have to control the system. They just need to read the sensor. The only thing they're controlling is
you are going to deal the climate control.
Yeah, but that's the same on the motor vehicle or the electric vehicle, right? The electric HVAC system will be the same.
Not really, bro.
No, like the interface. Like, okay, so you move a button.
Yeah, for interface, it's the same thing.
Exactly.
But for like a internal combustion engine car, the climate control also have to sync with the internal combustion engine. How the engine operates to generate the heat, to generate the cool air. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's already pre-built. I don't think Apple has access to that. They have basically what you have a dashboard on your car, in your car.
Oh, you mean just like dashboard, just what it shows in front, right?
And then they move. So for example, climate, okay, it's 30 degrees. You want to make it 22. You just move it to 22. Now the car has its own system how it does it for the combustion electric. Like, okay, that Apple is just a button, basically, just acting as a button, as a regulator. That's how I think they'll do it. But the only concern is obviously security. You've hacked the whole dashboard now. That's not like such an issue, in my opinion. Like, you can't control the speed of the car, right? It's just a dashboard. It just reads the speed, like the sensors there. But what if you, I don't know, what if it does not work correctly,
Yeah.
And you don't see the map correctly. It's something, or the display is off, like the radio's completely messed up.
Yeah.
It's so many things can go wrong.
But, bro, have you ever thought about in this way? This is the mid product before Apple released their Apple Car.
Oh, that's smart, yeah.
Because they couldn't do it right now. They just use those other manufacturers to do the test, how it works in the best way.
Okay, I have another thing following up that. It's my question. Do you think the car they just showed right now was the Apple Car?
Good point.
What do you think?
I couldn't say that because the steering wheel looks not from Apple, but the main console and even the front dashboard, yes.
That
probably
looks Apple, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how it's scaled, right? There's a whole gap. See over here?
Yeah.
Like there's a long gap between this and the front control panel and the dashboard behind. There's a gap here. You think that's how Apple will build it? Like the display is further away from the steering wheel. As you can see,
Yeah.
it's a gap between the steering wheel and the display. It's not like behind it like a standard car. You know how you have the speedometer right behind the wheel? This one seems like there's a distance that you can tell in this render what they've done. There is a distance because you can see the reflection and everything. Like there's a huge gap there. This could be Apple car.
It looks like an Apple design.
Could be Apple
It's so
car.
clean.
I'm telling you, you can put your tissue box here or whatever, or
it's gonna fly, bro.
don't
put that in.
They'll put like a Nest here, like you know how you have on dashboards, right? The Nest to put whatever you want on your dashboard. Basically, this is your dashboard, and that is your screen. It's just, how can you see the road ahead of you if it's set up like this? You'll have to.
If Apple gonna do that, everything will go with camera.
Camera, right?
Yeah, you can just easily look at the screen, and camera will tell you everything there.
Fair enough.
Like Audi right now, they're like e-tron. You know that car?
Yes.
The back mirror is camera.
That's like seems to be the theme these days, right?
Yeah.
But you know what I really liked is you have the Apple Maps right at the center. This is my favorite part. Because you have the speedometer on the left, all right? And you have the gear on the right.
Yeah. Gear.
So, yeah, like obviously drive.
Yeah.
But you can see exactly where you need to go right at the center. Instead of looking over here on the right side, you know, as you do, like you click maps, right? And you have to look here, mostly, or here. Guess what? You can just see it right where you see your speed. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is probably the Apple Car prototype rendering.
I think it is.
Here.
I think it is.
Yes.
They didn't say it, but this
and
could be.
And then they just like do some, make some product right in the middle before they release their Apple Car.
Yeah, that's a
Let
good
people
observation.
get used of it.
Yeah. It's a good observation by you. This is like how Google made Android, right? They sold Android to other companies and then they start making Pixel later on. So that's exactly what Apple's doing. I agree.
Yeah, but the sad part is we couldn't use it until next gen cars.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah,
if we even get cars in the future.
Bro, I cannot wait to use this Apple CarPlay.
Yeah, look awesome in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sync with your iPad, sync with your iPhone.
Another thing I hope they can bring it into the Apple CarPlay is they call spatial audio.
Oh yeah.
Oh, can you imagine like enjoy the audio experience in your car?
Yeah, you could listen to anything, even listening to, you know what I would really like spatial audio in the car for? Many people listen to sports commentary in the cars. They do when it's happening.
Oh yeah.
If it's spatial, it sounds so awesome. Like you're right there.
Yes. Feels like you're on in the match.
Exactly. Or if you're listening to our podcast, it'll feel like you're right there as well. So
okay, yeah, you're right.
So that's cool. But yeah, let's see. It's interesting. I'm very excited to see this. This is my highlight of iOS so far with the show.
Yeah. Same here. No, your highlight should be the background.
The lock screen is definitely, but this is like my future. I do not know how it will work, but this looks sci-fi to me. So yeah, security updates.
This is for sure the next gen.
Definitely. We got security updates and accessibility features, which are all very good.
Yeah.
And so much more, as I said.
So much more. Oh, one more thing to mention here.
One more thing.
They also not that one more thing. I mean, just like scroll up a little bit. They bring the sports into their Apple News.
Yes, they have.
But go down.
They have.
So in the Apple News right now, you're supposed to get the full match, the highlight of the match, and the score. Something. Yeah, right here.
And you can watch it on Apple TV.
Yes.
You click on it. It's nice.
This is a good part because sometimes I don't have time to watch NBA right now, but I just want to know the score and the highlight. I can just open my app and look at what's going on there.
No, I agree. This is a cool feature. And It's quite useful. I hope they put a lot of sports, not just American sports. I really hope.
Yeah, I think they will update it.
Every company, like even Microsoft, who does this, it's always American sports, 99% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the world is bigger than America. Like we have other sports too, like soccer, cricket, and all these things. But we don't really get to see that usually, except on Google. Google shows all of it. So if Apple wants to compete with Google in this, I think they should start to put all the sports on it. Not just NBA or
once
NFL.
Let's say once we get iOS 16,
in the fall,
what kind of sports we have, what kind of sports we can access on that app.
Oh yeah, definitely. The next thing they showed, obviously, we'll jump right to iPadOS, right?
WatchOS.
Let's go to WatchOS first. WatchOS was interesting. What do you think of WatchOS?
The reason I buy the Apple Watch is because the workout tracking and the sleeping thing. It's basically I use those two features all the time.
And they updated them.
This time, they kind of increased the. Yeah, right here. They have like automatically transition between the swim, running, and bike. And from their keynote, they even make it more precise. Track your motion.
Yes, you can see it in details now, the progress.
Yeah.
So they've enhanced
Because I used to experience something. I love to swimming, right? So when I go swimming, sometimes I just want to see how much calories I burn every day. So after 30 minutes swimming, my Apple Watch told me, "Oh, are you working out right now?" I'm almost done, bro, and it's still not starting to tracking what I've done so far. So that's quite annoying. Hopefully they can improve that part this time.
They have said that kickboard is not automatically detected as a new stroke type for pool swim. So what they've done is basically they've added more different types of swimming workouts that it can detect now automatically.
Yes.
So I guess it has improved. The algorithms have been enhanced or adjusted for real life application.
Yeah.
And it improves every year, right? I think it does.
Yeah, it's improved every year.
Yeah, it's amazing. This is something I really liked, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, they speak about medications. Now you can log in your medications on your Apple Watch, and you can track them on your phone as well. This is very useful for many people who have chronic illnesses. You have to take it daily, diabetes and so on.
Yes.
And this is awesome in my opinion. Like this can sync with your Apple Health kind of in the long run. So that's quite nice in my opinion. What do you think?
Bro, I mean, just if we have like old parent or old people in our family, I would just buy them Apple Watch because of this feature.
Right?
Yeah.
Definitely. I agree with you 100%. This is really cool.
I mean, health is the most important thing for our life, right? Yeah, and
it's
Apple,
the biggest blessing we have. If you don't have health, you lose everything. So
yeah. And Apple obviously working hard on that kind of industry these years.
Which makes sense. These days it's very relevant. And I like this little graphic they have each time.
Skipped.
Skip. But like look at the pictures. They look nice.
Like so right now you can also use your phone to you don't have to actually take a picture. You just put your camera with your medicine and it's gonna sync it by itself.
Oh really?
Scan it by itself.
Oh yeah.
And then you know what kind of medicine you're gonna eat in which time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This is what you mentioned.
Oh, sleep. Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Oh, by the way, my Apple Watch just looked like that right now.
This.
Yeah, it's
like
mine. Yeah, they just took picture from my Apple Watch. So what happened is, I bought a sleep kind of app on the watch OS like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They had exact same feature Apple released today. Like it can tells you while you are sleeping, when you when you awake, when is your core sleep, when is your deep sleep. Yeah, exact same feature.
That's awesome. I really like this.
Yeah, I'm glad that Apple have that feature because it's built in from Apple. It should be more accurate.
Yes. My only concern is I wish they improved the watch battery life so that more people can use this function. Because many people charge their watches at night.
Yes.
A lot of people do that actually.
Yeah.
So how will you use this feature if it's charging? If they keep a 5-day battery life, that'll be good.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Because then you can use it at night as well.
Yeah.
So maybe the next watch is
like that. If you want
that.
to use that feature, okay.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to use that feature, just charge your Apple Watch while you were like taking a shower before you sleep, 30 minutes, good to go.
Yes, you could do that as well. But sometimes you just miss it, or you come out from back home after, really late.
Yeah.
You just go to bed.
It happens a lot.
A lot of people are like, oh, my watch died at nighttime. Like, okay.
Yeah, true.
So
embarrassed sometimes.
maybe the Apple Watch 8 fixes this problem. We have new watch faces. Pretty sure they keep doing this every year.
Yeah.
Lunar. You can select different lunar calendars. So it's not just one.
That's what I told you yesterday.
Yeah, but they only showed like one calendar, and I'm like, that's not always the same for many people. So that's awesome. Like for me, I would use this for this.
Yeah,
especially.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
You can even try on many things on this, but yeah, this is awesome. I like this. My parents would be really happy.
Yeah, show their this feature later on, and then hearing from what they thought.
Definitely. I like to use it too, and I want to see how it works. This is awesome. Otherwise, we have portrait enhancements, AFib history. This is really useful for those who are cardiac patients.
Yes.
This is basically developing on the ECG thing they already have, atrial fibrillation, and they're just going to now add this to like a more extensive graph, like with history, with minutes, and you can then produce a PDF like they showed that in the keynote.
Yes.
Just like you can right now.
Show it to your doctor.
You can do it with ECG right now also, but this is more detailed. Like I saw more graphs on this one now, so they've improved it. This is awesome. This is really cool. These are the things we need more of. I hope in Apple Watch 8 they include things like, not Apple Watch 8 necessarily, but future Apple Watch, whenever, like body temperature. That should be really good there. Even somehow
stress level.
Stress is there. It's not really a hard health problem, but it could be useful. Yes, because you already had this on Galaxy.
I mean, it can cause a potential health problem if you are under stress.
Yeah.
You know
so
what I mean?
I meant like, yes, that's true. I meant more like the typical things you do with medical stuff. So body temperature, glucose level. Things like
glucose
this.
level.
There is a room where we discuss
probably
this.
blood pressure as well.
That's my next one. Do that? That was my next one. Yeah. Yes, definitely blood pressure. 100%. If they can do these three things, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
In the future, we'll discuss this in a later video about leaks.
Yes.
But it's awesome. You have family setup. This goes on from your Apple only.
Yeah.
iOS, but productivity.
Productivity. Everything related to Apple, they mention productivity. Don't worry about it. Oh, there's another thing. So from iOS 16, even on watch, because I think it's because of watchOS 9, it's not related, to be honest. So on iOS 16, you can download the fitness app without buying an Apple Watch.
Yes, finally.
Yeah.
They finally did that.
Before that, Apple has used to put a lot of course for the workout and fitness on their Fitness Plus app.
Yeah.
And if you have an Apple TV and if you have an iPad, you can just follow them what they do every day, right?
Yeah, that's what they're showing
But
you.
first thing first, you have to buy an Apple Watch.
Ooh.
Otherwise, you couldn't enjoy that app in any case.
You're right. That's a good point. That's a good point.
So right now, if you even you don't have an Apple Watch, you can just work out from home, I guess.
That's awesome. Finally. And I hope they can add it to our iPad also.
Yeah, 100%. If it's available on iPhone, it will available on iPad.
Yeah.
But the best thing to do that is for the Apple TV, because the bigger screen, you have a better experience.
Yes, that's true. And you can see it on your phone or follow it up, AirPlay it. It's nice. That wraps up watchOS, not that much in it. I guess we go to iPadOS.
Sure.
Finish the
Or
mobile
you want to talk
devices.
about macOS first?
Sure, let's go on macOS. So macOS Ventura, that's the name, not Mammoth.
Yeah, Ventura.
They changed it, or the leaks were wrong. What do you think?
Even the guy mentioned like they work so hard to get this new name.
Yeah, they traveled somewhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Anyways, Mail, the same stuff from iPhone shows up here.
Yeah.
Spotlight. You have
Spotlight to just make it
enhanced
smarter, I guess.
Image search now. That's good.
Oh, bro, you know what? Spotlight actually, I mean, if you buy a new Mac, Spotlight gonna take you a lot of battery in the beginning.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it has to go through every single file in your computer and then like work as it's supposed to be. Like, the trade-off is a lot of power, use a lot of memory in the beginning of you set up a new Mac, but afterwards, it's a very good feature.
I see. Yeah, this could be awesome if it's smooth and quick. And I'm pretty sure with the M1 processors, this is getting faster. The search Spotlight. So
Hopefully.
Safari and passkeys, same thing from the iOS, carries on here. Shared tab groups, it's similar.
Yeah, similar.
Messages, exact same thing. You can edit it now in the Messages app. On your Mac OS, same thing with your photos, shared libraries. It just shows everything is very in sync. Now this is the big
Stage
feature.
Manager.
Stage
Yeah, this is the best
Manager.
feature.
What do you think about this? Because I really want to know.
Yeah, this feature is just like what they released last year. What they called, not the sidecar. Sidecar is from previous year. The universal control means you can use one keyboard and mouse across all of your Apple devices. Yeah, that is kind of improve your productivity if you have multiple Apple devices.
Yes.
But this time, if you only have one Apple device, you can use this feature to improve your productivity a lot. That's all they mentioned, the productivity. For me, it's just like you are using different workbenches.
Yes.
You switch from one workbench or folder to another one.
It looks clean.
Yes.
I really like it. It's very natural. You know what I mean? Like real life, like you said, workbench. So for me, I imagine this like one table and you have different folders with different books. And when you're done with one book, you put it aside and go on to the next one, or you open two of them at the same time. But you have, when you're taking notes, remember, like you would have like 10 different books open sometimes. And you're looking at one book on the left, one book on the right. With this, it arranges it for you that you can just close one and open, and you see a preview as well. So that's what I really, really like about this. This is awesome, man. Like, this is going to be so useful for productivity. What do you think? Right?
Oh, 100%. It can actually boost your productivity. Because this is a very good multitasking feature, which I've never seen on other platforms or like devices.
Same. I've never seen it either, which is quite impressive then. That means Apple did something brand new. For macOS, that could now be the standard for many other software. So, very interesting. We got handoff, which was just there. You can move FaceTime from one device to another with one click. However, this now is something strange.
Oh, continuity camera.
Yes. What do you think about this?
This is another biggest feature they released today, in my point of view.
So,
bro, I just want to ask you, what's your idea about this one? Because I have a big question on it.
personally, it's nice that you can just put your phone in the back of your laptop, like right here, as you can see. It's just set up there. It's nice. The only thing I'm kind of confused about is its functionality. So as you know, the iPhone back camera is awesome. Like it gives you really good colors and everything. So you can get something like really good colors and everything, but you can also record 4K, right, on the new iPhones. On the back camera, definitely you can.
4K 60.
So 4K 60, 100%.
Easily, yeah.
Even HDR. So can we like record this in 4K using the webcam app or the video app, or is it only 1080p? They did not mention resolution, you know?
They didn't mention, but from the keynote, it's super clear.
Yeah, look clear. Even in these pictures.
It's a decent image there.
You can see it's decent. It looks very sharp enough. You can even do studio lighting. And portrait mode.
Oh, they also mentioned that they have a center stage here.
Yes.
So because of the on the back camera of the iPhone, they have like a wide camera on it. So with Apple new algorithm of the camera, it supports the center stage. It can move with you.
This will be very interesting to watch, in my opinion. How much do you think the stand will cost?
$79.99. Depends different brand, but I think in general it's supposed to around $80.
The one in Apple Store will be like $80, right?
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, bro, they are selling their cleaning cloths for $25.
Yeah.
So this is reasonable if they sell it for $80, even 90.
Also, you mentioned this earlier, which I don't really understand it now. Why do they have notches now if they can just use your phone?
Yeah, that's my question here. Good point you just mentioned me. I mean, I don't understand Apple's strategy here. I mean, our audience will notice that if we keep listening our part 2. We discussed more about the new MacBook Air because it has a notch on it.
Yes.
So, because Apple can use the iPhone as a camera, and it can give the Mac a lot better image quality, right?
Yes.
So it seems so unnecessary to put a notch with a 1080p camera right in the front. They can just literally give all the users like a super thin bezel, but a 720p camera is fine. And then later on, they announce this feature. You know what? We have this feature for you guys. You can right now you can use your iPhone as a boost camera to increase the quality of your video conference or whatever, you name it.
I agree.
I think in that case, like some people may have a Mac but they don't have an iPhone. I think that's also a good way to boost their iPhone selling.
Yes. This gives them one more reason to get one.
Yeah,
And it's all
bro,
wireless, right? So
from the keynote, yeah, you can notice that even Apple know they put notch here. It isn't a good option, because when they show the video for the new MacBook Air, they don't want to show the notch in the very beginning.
even in this
They
picture,
show the notch at the end when they said, "Oh, we also brought this 1080p camera on the new MacBook Air."
studio mics. Bro, look at this
Yeah, I
picture
mean-
even. They show a MacBook without a notch.
Yes.
Just so you can see the camera, right?
Yeah, bro. I mean, it doesn't make any sense if you show a camera. I mean, even they don't want to show the notch here.
They're not showing it in any of these pictures, have you noticed? It's all MacBook
Yes.
Pro.
Yeah. Yes.
So interesting, right?
Yeah, it's very funny here. It's so tricky.
And this person is doing zoom using this camera,
Yeah.
right? You can see that. That's nice. I really like this feature. I have a lot of questions that they need to answer before.
Or just like personal guess. Next gen of the new Mac, they will get rid of the notch. Say, "Oh, we had some technical problem, so we give you a thinner bezel but 720p camera. But you know what? You can use your iPhone as an extra camera here.
I'm
So
okay with that.
you should be fine."
I'll be happy with that because I don't like the notch. And
Yeah.
you get thinner bezel also now. So
For me, I mean, the thinner bezel is better. Is more important than the camera, to be honest.
I agree. Because we don't really webcam too much like crazy. And if you do, you want to improve the color science more than you want to improve resolution. Because even with 4K, many video software do not transmit our video in 4K. They do it in 1080p usually, right? Like Skype, Zoom. Like the
Yeah.
webcams aren't exactly 4K non-stop. Like even YouTube, you can't stream 4K live. You can do 4040p
Bro,
live.
You know what the thing is? Even 720p is good enough for
way good
the
enough.
video conference.
I agree. Just need
If
good
you
colors.
need to show like the documents
Yeah,
clear, just take a picture
exactly. At your photo
as a
scan.
PDF,
Yeah.
right? People gonna share those documents. You won't show them right in front of the camera.
I agree. It should be
So-
interesting.
I mean, if Apple don't have the notch on their new line of MacBooks, I think this is a perfect solution. Even right now, I think this is a perfect solution. But they already brought those notch on the MacBook Pro line, or even the new MacBook Air. So it's fine. It is what it is. We couldn't change anything here.
Their design language now.
Yeah,
They
from
showed
the iPhone 10.
the next thing they showed was
Yeah, I think this
Gaming.
is your favorite part.
it's also your favorite part.
Yeah.
They've shown like basically what they did at the end was they showed these games and this share play together, which is nice, I guess. Game
I like to
Center.
use this feature. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to do something a little bit like Discord, but like more, with more like involvement. It's more personalized. Like you can see the person now.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And they also show their game center.
Yes,
I think they improved the game center a lot. Right now, it just looks like Steam or PS Station's thing.
yes,
You have like the rank, and you also supposed to have I think they also have the trophy.
yes, yep. They have achievements,
So-
leaderboards, and Apple Arcade.
Yes. And then it's just like make people want to play and more and against their friends.
Yeah, it's nice. It's interesting. They don't show this on the website, but
Yeah, they didn't.
they show one more thing, which is
One more thing.
Metal 3, right? Like,
Yeah, they showed the Metal 3.
so basically,
I mean, it's more like a system-based software. It's not available. I mean, it's not available for the common users, so it's not necessarily for them to show it on the website.
It's not, but just to recap, they showed
Yeah.
during macOS, they showed on the Apple Silicon M2 Max, you can now, not M2 only, but M1 and M2 both.
Yeah.
You can, they've made their own DLSS and AMD FSR called Metal 3 or something.
Yes.
And it upscales the image
Yeah.
really high from 1080p to 4K. And it looks like 4K then. So,
And
yeah.
Oh, then I think that's Apple is so smart for that. Because, in general, if you want to make a lower resolution game to a higher one, you need like a clear or higher resolution pictures, basically. Right?
Yep.
But Apple, the Metal 3, you can just upscale from like a phone size to let's say Pro Display XDR size.
It's not
picture
that much, but you can from 720p to 4K. That's the maximum you can do.
Yeah. I just take an example.
Ray tracing, they do 720p to 4K sometimes. But yes, you can upscale, and this is important. You know why? Because games these days are very hardware intensive, and there are very few games that just natively run 4K, even on Windows. They just don't. And that's like talking about your 3090s and 6900X. Okay, these are like powerful GPUs, but most people don't really own 3090s. They own
No, you cannot even buy a 3090 easily.
Yeah, but most people 20 series, even 30 series, like lower, like middle tier. And
3060, 3070.
A lot of people get Ryzen and they buy 6000 series, like 6500, 6600. But most people will buy M1 anyways with the new iMac, for example, right? iMac, as we see it, and iMac Mini, MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, and the new MacBook Air is M2. We'll discuss that in the next part. Now you can just run like Resident Evil Village.
And No Man's Sky.
And No Man's Sky. That's insane that you can just do that on any device, basically. And it upscale it to show it smoother, because frame rate is important, So they know their M devices are not exactly designed to game heavy-duty games. They just cannot. It's not a powerful chip. It's an energy-efficient chip.
Yeah.
So if they can do really good upscaling, they can get almost the same output as a powerful chip.
Yes.
So it should be interesting. But it's the first time they're doing it. So, NVIDIA took like 2-3 tries to get it working. Same with AMD. And Unreal has now done it as well, built in. So let's see how Apple does it. It should be interesting.
Yeah, we'll find it on the September.
Yeah. In the fall event, right? Yeah. No, it'll come before the fall event. The update. I don't know. Let's see.
No. It's right after they release the new iPhone.
The Mac update comes right after the new iPhone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Freeform is another productivity app, which is awesome. I would have used this so much at university.
Every day, right?
At university, we could have done this for our projects, man.
It's a good brainstorming app here.
It's nice. Like, we used OneNote in it. It was good. Don't get me wrong. I really like OneNote. This just seems very pleasing to the eye,
Yes.
I'm not talking about the handwriting either. It's just the little sticky note, the shadow underneath, and it's the small details that just looks nice. The transparency. It looks like Microsoft Whiteboard, which you can use right now. It's been available. Yeah. And we use it quite often, actually. So,
but Apple's looks more stylish.
Apple looks more stylish, definitely. Even though that one does look stylish too. But yeah, this one has got transparency, so it's got a thing about it. I like the sticky note thing.
Yeah.
What do you think of these redesigns?
System settings?
What do you think of this? Nice, right?
Basically the same thing, bro. They didn't change that too much.
The colors though, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can multicolor accents. You can...
Oh, you have that feature even right now.
But then it reflects on the side panel. This looks interesting. See the new sidebar, like I said, yeah. So
Yeah.
interesting. Privacy, Apple is actually very good in this. So I think it's the best.
They've mentioned almost in every part of their WWDC.
Yes, and I think they are the best
watchOS,
in it, in my
macOS.
opinion. Personally, I think they're the
Yes.
best in this.
Yes.
I would rank Apple first with security, then Microsoft, and then Google.
Mm-hmm.
In this order. But Google like really last. Not for security, just for privacy, you know, because they use AdSense, and Apple doesn't, because you pay for the service.
Google
upfront.
sell your privacy.
Yeah. Accessibility.
That's their job, right?
Exactly, that's how they make money.
Mm-hmm.
Accessibility is awesome. Live actions, beautiful. These things should be everywhere. Improve the thing. You can even team up while gaming, the way we do, you know, on Steam, play together.
Yeah.
So
that's
you can do that.
what they showed for the 2K, right?
Yes, with that person.
Play together with basketball. Yes.
And so much more. Which we'll also touch in now when you go to iPad.
Yeah, they have a weather app right now, which I've never showed up on the Mac.
Yes, that's nice. Finally.
Because I mean, every time if you want to access the weather, either use the tool from the from the site. I forgot what they call it, the widgets, or just click and then go to the website.
Yeah. A dedicated weather app is always good. I don't know. It just seems like natural. It should be there. Maybe they should add it within the dock, and it can update the weather within the dock, so you can see it all the time. You know, like on Windows 11, you have the weather always on the dock on the left side in the taskbar. You can have the weather app wherever you put it, and it shows the live weather, like, you know, temperature and everything.
But they will show it on the top.
What do you mean?
The top bar. The
top bar?
The mission.
No, but like, for example, if you pin the weather app in the bottom.
I see what you mean.
And it
it will look.
It has the temperature written on it and the current weather like picture, so you can get a preview of it wherever, and you click on it, you see the full app.
Oh, so it means the icon is lively.
Yes.
I think Apple are gonna do that in the future. That's a good part. This is definitely a good point, bro.
Yeah, I would like that. This would look cool if it's moving. Oh man, that's awesome. That'd be so cool. Yeah, that's basically covers our macOS. And lastly,
we're gonna talk about the iPadOS.
This was interesting. A lot happened there.
Yeah.
So
basically, everything is pretty much identical with all the OS system we just mentioned before.
Yes, as you can see.
But what do you like the most?
This thing.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see that.
Look at this.
So finally, they've announced the multitasking on iPad. This is the first window-based proper multitasking iPadOS.
Definitely. After how many years, man?
Oh, I couldn't count on that.
We've asked this since, I think, literally the first iPad. Like, make it different from iPhone, you know? Don't just put iOS on it. Make it like, you know, a little bit like a computer. This is awesome. So
this time we can even say iPad can be your main workforce because it can do a lot for the multitasking. Because before, the multitasking is kind of a joke. You have like 2 full screen app with a floating one.
Yeah.
It means nothing.
I know what you mean. It was very like...
It's so limited.
Yeah, it's like trying to do multi-screen, but it can't.
Yeah.
Now it's proper, you know.
Yeah, but I have a question for this like stage manager feature on the iPad. In their keynote, before they actually announced this feature, they've talked about almost like 3 minutes of how good the performance of the M1 chip. It's like a faster memory swap. It has a bigger RAM, a faster, better CPU performance or something like that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then they announced this feature. I had a feeling that this feature will only available on M1 chip Macs. No, not Macs, my bad. M1 chip iPads, like new new iPad Air and the new iPad Pro.
Okay.
How do you think?
Man, if they do that, that will be so annoying.
But bro, I mean, logically, if it makes nonsense if they just like talking about that much about M1 and then introduces this feature.
Yeah, they didn't mention it, right? Where it is available. They just showed it.
Yes.
But here's my thing. Okay, maybe there's a different way about it. I do not think they might just do it like, oh, you have it if you have M1 chip or M chips, and you don't if you have A chips. What I meant to say is more like, if you have M1 chip, or the M series, whichever new ones in the future, you get like a really good performance, the best performance, the optimal experience on that. However, if you're on the A series chip, you can do it. Maybe it's a little limited with the number of apps or the type of apps, and it might not be as smooth as if you're just using an M1 chip. That's what I personally think. And they talked about the M series because they want you to buy the M series, but you could do it on any other iPadOS as well, I think. But I won't be surprised if they just said, you know what, this is only on the M1 series, because you see this is also on macOS, right? And those are running on M chips now, M1, M2. So they're like, we've optimized it for M1 and M2. So that's why it's only on the M1 iPads, because we've optimized it for it already.
Yes, I think so.
You think that?
I think that's the way they're probably gonna do it. Either like they just won't available on the previous iPads, or like it's limited on the previous iPads.
Yeah, we'll know when it comes out in the fall, and then we'll definitely follow up on it, because it seems quite interesting. This is the biggest iPad change, I think, since the iOS to iPadOS.
Yes.
So now this is really iPadOS.
Right now it means that it's a proper workforce, and it's finally, once you connect your iPad to an extra monitor, it shows full screen. It won't keep the same ratio with your iPad screen.
They show that right here, right? You have capability to connect to up to 6K using Stage Manager.
Oh, then bro, I think the 99% this feature won't be available on the previous iPads. It's just, 6K is just doing too much out there.
It's iPad Pro or iPad Air. Yeah.
Yes, iPad Pro and iPad Air, but they didn't mention it's M1 or all like available, because the iPad Air also have the A14 chip, which released a year and a half ago.
Yes. Which is very powerful, by the way.
And yeah, it's powerful enough.
You then have different reference modes like SDR, HDR, obviously. But this is mainly for the iPad Pro, exactly. Scaling, you can change the resolution of your display. That's nice. The weather app, first time on the iPad.
Oh, finally. Yeah.
This is how it looks. This looks just like Windows weather app on Windows. I'm serious.
Yes.
It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same setup.
But I think Windows 1 looks better. It looks more professional.
Windows 1 is also very... it's meant for bigger displays too. This one is good. I like it. I'm a fan. If the background is moving, animated, then this is perfect. And there are no ads on it, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, there's no ads on the Apple product.
You get more air quality, local forecasts and everything, up-to-date weather minute updates, which could be very useful to us a couple of weeks ago when it rained like crazy.
Thunderstorm.
My goodness. Yeah, this could be quite useful. Same Game Center dashboard for macOS is here as well. SharePlay is here as well. Okay, they discuss.
They mentioned Metal here.
Metal here. I don't understand why, because it's not meant for iPads exactly, but maybe it is. I don't understand why they're talking about it here.
I think probably like it has a better optimization.
So you're saying you can play Resident Evil Village on an iPad Pro?
Oh, probably yes.
Oh my goodness! Imagine you can do that. That's crazy.
But only M1, bro.
Yeah,
only
the M1 iPad Pro or M1 iPad Air. You can play Resident Evil Village. That's insane. That's crazy. Or No Man's Sky. Can you imagine playing No Man's Sky on an iPad?
I will let you know once I can download that one on my iPad. I will just use your account.
Oh. Live text, we got this from our iOS.
Yeah.
Siri shortcuts, home app. This looks awesome though. I really like this.
Oh yeah. This is like right now, you can use it as your like home console.
Exactly.
Because they have a bigger screen here. Yeah.
Exactly. Family sharing, desktop class apps. I don't know. They do this every year.
Oh yeah, this is another improvement for the desktop class apps.
Yeah.
Because before, like if you use Notes, or this is like, wait a sec, this is their pages. So you have more options. Before you were using an app, but right now you are using like desktop class. It's just like, for example, you use Microsoft Word on the iPad and use it on the Windows. One has like one is fully functional and one is like kind of limited.
Yes.
Yeah, so they bring like the Mac pages, numbers, or even pages onto the iPad.
That's awesome.
So it's a good transition. They just want to use iPad more as like your workforce.
Yeah. It's nice. And it's mainly for M1, right? I suppose.
Bro, I don't know. This right now, I just have a biggest question here. Will Apple do that or not? From what they showed in this keynote, basically everything is quite amazing, right?
Yeah.
But they're probably gonna say one thing. Like for those features like desktop apps, the stage management, and even that color correction thing is only available for new generation iPads, which has M1 chip on it. They're probably gonna do that.
I know what you mean. But let's see how it goes. Should be fun. But
yeah, I'd love to use the freeform on the iPad.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah, this continues that same thing. Oh, look at it. It's just awesome. I'll use that so much. Privacy and security, live captions, and so much more.
Bro, you know what? This time, Apple just put a lot of like third-party apps before built into their own iPadOS. Because for like those features like the freeboard, even I mentioned on the Apple Watch, the sleep.
Yeah.
You had to pay for that before to access those features. But right now it's totally free of charge and you get more. So in my point of view, it's a big update this year for everything.
They've updated a lot of small things that now are really big when you add up everything. And I'm a big fan of this because I use iPad too. So for me, this is like, it's something that would help in our work, in my opinion.
Oh, Wait a sec, bro. iPadOS is compatible with these devices. iPad Pro all models. iPad Air 3rd generation or later. So majority of the iPads are compatible with it.
Yeah, it's 5th generation. That's old, right? Even 3rd gen iPad Air. Oh, that's really old, man. Yeah, no, it's good. This probably tells you that you get iPadOS. I think you get Stage Manager. Otherwise, they would have mentioned it over here for legal reasons, right? Stage Manager not available.
Why they just keep
here.
saying how amazing M1 is? Because they just announced M2 before that.
Oh yes,
it's not. It's so unnecessary to say how good is M1.
Yeah, you're right. It's weird. It confuses us a lot.
Yeah.
But we'll know for sure when the update comes in fall.
Yeah.
And then we'll have our own opinions on it. What do you think?
Yes. So, all in all, how are you gonna rate this event so far?
The software
Just
aspect?
for the software bit, yeah.
I would give it an 8 as well.
Yeah.
Because everything is there, right? Or maybe 8.5 actually. Give it 8.5. I make it higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
If they can put, later on, we will test it by ourselves. If we can use the stage management or those core features on the old models of iPads, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10.
I agree.
It's such an amazing update this time. Not like last year. Last year, basically, they just like doing nothing.
Yeah, it was redundant.
Yes.
But this time, they seem to have a good goal. Perhaps it's because, like I said, we had Windows 11 come. This was a huge change. Then you had Android 12 came. That was also a huge change. So Apple decided, you know what, time for a huge change. The iOS 16 lock screen looks awesome. CarPlay looks awesome. Stage Manager looks awesome. What do you think?
Oh, the best thing ever. Yeah, I would say this is the best WWDC ever for Apple.
Oh, wow.
It is.
I agree. Because it's not just focused on one thing this time. It focused on multiple
everything
device
has
software.
A big jump.
Yes.
Everything has a big jump on it.
So yeah, this wraps up our part 1 of our WWDC coverage of 2022. We're going to upload part 2 soon, and that will cover the hardware aspect. So stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you guys soon.
Okay, we'll see you later.
See ya. Bye-bye. Peace.